All right, now to discuss more on China's role in the United Nations peacekeeping, let's come back to Mr. Teng Jianqun, director of the American Studies Center at the China Institute of International Studies. Well, Mr. Teng, as we've just mentioned, President Xi Jinping made 3 major announcements, and 2 have to do with peacekeeping. He said that China is to set up an 8,000-member UN peacekeeping standby force and provide the African Union with $100 million in the next 5 years in military aid. How do you interpret China's growing presence and growing participation in the United Nations peacekeeping operations?
This is a very important part for China to participate in international peacekeeping activities. As we have seen just now, at the very beginning, actually, China only sent 5 military observers, 5 officers, in some areas. But this time, we send battalion combat troops. This is a fundamental change for China's attitude toward peacekeeping. Actually, if we talk about the peacekeeping activity, we can say this is actually a long tradition by the United Nations. It's a mission, from the United Nations. Every peacekeeping mission should have the resolution or to abide by the international law. And China now today is the largest contributor of troops and also the police among the 5 permanent members of UN Security Council. So I think China's construction of such large troops will play a very important role in future participation in peacekeeping activities all over the world. So this is our commitment, one part of our assignment from the United Nations. It's not a military intervention. If we have a comparison, some Western countries even propose peacemaking. Actually, this terminology is used to describe the military intervention in Kosovo or in Middle East. So peacekeeping actually is an assignment from the United Nations, and all the troops should abide by the international law.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Teng, for sharing your view with us on this. That was Professor Teng Jianqun from the China Institute of International Studies.